Allah says in a book of the Quran that He is master of this day of judgment. Now tell me something. Why should there be a judgment? Why? Are there any accessory for it? See, many of us, my dear brothers, have been before the judges. And my dear brothers, you have been before the judges. But you know that these judges in the world do not judge with justice. And that some of us have been with them long enough that you don't expect to see any justice done. Isn't that right? So now we can just take our case to court. It's natural. It's what as good citizens should do. But the judges of this world are not just judges. And since that there is no real justice in this world, this is why the world needs to be judged. And this is why there will be a day of judgment and a limit set on America and against this world. So, what is the judgment? Judgment. When you get a judgment, what do that mean? That means that a judge has rendered a decision. And that decision is called the judgment. The judgment is when she or he judge authoritatively, wisely, good sense, good action, discretion. The judgment. Now, when you are at a sentence hearing, the first thing you do is when your eyes is fastening on the clerk. Now you're saying, what is it? And that judge, he or she can sentence you to life without the possibility of parole. So now the big question is, what kind of power do you have to overturn that decision? Now listen carefully now. God sends down a decision. And that decision is the total destruction of America. So now I know that you say that you are American. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Say what you will. But the true question is white America good? And by what standard? And the question is, someone will have to make it known, publish the decision. So I want you to listen carefully now, because most of you are willing to befriend your murderers. Most of you want to integrate with the enemy. Most of you are ready to conceive and intercede. And most of you are ready to marry your enemy. So if God sent down his judgment on the enemy that you are in love with, you start saying, well, no, God, I ain't going with you until I can bring white folks with me. And yes, this is you. Some of you say, well, The hell with you, God. I know that there's some good white people. And you start making yourself busy trying to find someone good that you can tell your God to your own God. See, you remind me of Abraham. When Abraham went to the angels and told the angels, would he destroy the righteous with the wicked? He said, well, go see, can you find 50? You find 50, I will not spare the city. You see, Abraham, he couldn't find 50. Then he told Abraham, well, go see, can you find 40? Then he said, well, go see, can you find 30? And he said, well, go see, can you bring me one outside of Locks and his family? If you can bring me one, I spare the city. See, God delays judgment so that the people that he has judged are not worthy of what they bought to get. Do you hear me?